Hey guys, welcome to this video. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Brendan, and today we're going to be talking about two things. We're going to talk about my client's story, Charlotte, and the power of functional patterns, the relationship between the two, essentially. If you've been present to the channel for the last couple of weeks, you'll notice I shared a video on fascia and tensegrity, and I also shared a video last week about hypermobility. That came off the back of what I'm about to show you now, which is a snippet of my coaching session with Charlotte and also her results over a 3-4 month period. She started working with me in September after having some issues with her spine, with her pelvis, tingling down her legs. Doctors weren't giving her any answers. They just kept throwing medication at her, and she has a young family and she really needs to be present for them, and that's the most important driving force for her. Obviously she wants to be healthy again and she wants to feel like she did 5-6 years ago, but for the most part her family is what drives her to be better so that she can be around for her kids later on when they grow up. So just sit back, watch a coaching snippet, and the concept that I talk with her about here, it's nothing majorly mind-blowing, but for some people who aren't in the fitness industry, this is quite relevant stuff. And take note of her results. To put a little disclaimer out there, all we've done is basically segments of the 10-week online course from Functional Patterns, taking information from that course and concepts from that course and applying them to her and her lifestyle and her environment per se. We haven't gone majorly complex, we've just gone into some very simple stuff, and as a result of that, she's seen some massive changes, and we're only 3 months in. I can't wait to see what happens after that. Sit back, enjoy this.
All right.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, what creates the muscular response and tension to stabilize a joint is the nervous system telling the muscles at what point is it safe to go to. Here's a case in point. You're sitting in the chair at night, you're watching TV and you're knackered, and you start nodding off. Your head drops and you wake yourself up in that process. And that's called the Golgi reflex. It's a nervous system response to stress. The brain is shutting down, but the muscle is being overstretched. And as a result, it panics and it goes, fucking hell, hang on a second, I need to go to bed, because my head is drooping, and if it continues, I'm going to hurt myself. Okay? When you're dealing with a chronic condition or hypermobility, your muscles have unlearned or never learned their relative length potential and contractile potential to stabilize the joint. So if I say to you, protract your shoulder, you're going to over protract because you don't know where the length ends. And then when I say contract, you're going to over contract because you don't know where the contractile potential ends. And what I'm trying to teach you with all of this is there's a sweet spot in the middle where you have enough contractile potential to generate a position of your shoulder in a safe position, and you have enough length potential to create the amount of force needed to pull yourself through space. So the reason you didn't have the strength was not because you didn't have any muscle. It's because your shoulders go into this state of like instability.
Oh, that's so interesting. Thank you for explaining that so well. I really appreciate that. Well, when I've always done weights, it just wants to go donk and like this. I've just got no.
Okay, so do you now understand? When I look at you standing, I see mismatched tensions in the body and why you've been in so much pain.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but I actually got emotional, like watching that change in her walking gait. And I think it's because I know that in that first session, we had like tears, we had no, I'm not trying to shame her out here. Like, we had tears. She could barely stand up at the end of that walking segment. So when she's wearing the pink top, she could barely like finish walking, and she had to sit down. It was tiring. It was sore, and it just was like, when you see the hope in someone starting to dwindle, that's when you know you've got to make some really big impact in people's lives. Equally, the change that she's seen now has been so lovely and progressive that she's still not happy with where she is, and I completely get that. But she's a million times better than where she was, and that's what I like the most, is the will and the drive and the determination. So congratulations, Charlotte, well done. This is for you, this video, and I hope people in the world start to really see the power of functional patterns. And yeah, guys, if you have any feedback, pop it down below. Have a great day, stay strong, and keep moving.